I'm reading so much about Judaism that I think I'm starting to know more than my Jewish friends. It's definitely quite interesting. Shalom everyone, I'm S and I'm taking you on my conversion journey. I am definitely changing in this entire process. So I know I told you guys about like how I've been wearing skirts. Sorry, I had some time before work, so I don't have any of my equipment, but I thought I would talk to you guys for a bit. So I know I told you guys how I've been wearing skirts at work and just trying to be more modest, trying to be more feminine. And during all this, all that I've been through in my life, I've never experienced, I don't want to say hate, but it's more, a little more animus feelings towards Judaism from other people. And listen, I have every, I guess you can say, everything against me, right? Technically. I'm black, I'm now Jewish, I'm a woman, like all these things are supposed to be completely oppressed. But I would say out of everything, becoming Jewish has been getting a lot of heat. And people just say comments to me about it sometimes, and sometimes I'm just like, I can't believe they actually just said that. One of the most recent comments that still bother me was recently I had someone say to me that my skirt is scaring her. I'm like, my skirt is scaring you? What does that mean? And I guess like, I tried not to think too much into it. I'm like, okay, I'm on the phone with my best friend. I'm like, I can't believe she said that. Like, what does she mean? Like, why is it afraid? Why is anything that I'm doing making you afraid? Like, it's my life. It's my decision. It's my choice. Why does wearing skirts, like, if I was just wearing a skirt just to wear it, there would be nothing bad about it. Nobody would say anything about it. But because they know that I'm converting, they see the skirt as a threat. I know it's deeper than that. I know it's deeper than that. I know it's because, you know, we have a huge climate against religion and women wanting to be feminine and wanting to embrace that part of them, and women wanting to be modest. It's something foreign to a lot of people today. But my lovely Jewish mommy, she told me that I need to build a better backbone to deal with all this because of how much hate and how much anti-Semitism is out there. And because I am a convert and you know, I am all these things. She said, I'll be getting it from both sides. So I'll be getting hate from Jewish people as well as non-Jewish people. Wonderful. And I thought to myself, okay, how can I possibly deal with this in a way that doesn't stress me out, doesn't make me angry or make me want to quit this whole entire thing? And I think the best way to deal with nasty comments, or it's more so ignorant comments from people, is to just remember why I started this whole conversion in the process. And well, remember why I started this conversion in the first place, which is to better my relationship with Hashem, to have a set foundation of values, and to be able to build a Jewish home. And it has, I just think it's bizarre that none of this has anything to do with other people in my life. And this person won't be even affected in the slightest. But I am starting to see, you know, how many people really don't support Judaism, or don't like it, or are completely against it. And I think I saw a comment recently in one of my posts. I skimmed through, and I think this person said, "I'm still black." What? I've never once said that I am not black. And it's very obvious. I'm not trying to hide it. I'm still very much me. You know, I think my faith and how I want to live my life is what's going to change. And it makes me think, what if I decided to be Muslim? What if I decided to be Buddhist? You know, like, or Catholic? Would I be getting the same heat? Would I be? And I think I need to learn more about Jewish history. So if any of you guys have like, and a few books I could read about Jewish history to understand what is all this hatred that's fueled towards the Jewish community so much. You know, when she said that to me, when she said my skirt was scaring her, I was just like, I looked at her and I was like, what does this have to do with you? And then I also didn't understand it, because she's a practicing Catholic. Like, she's somebody who also believes in God. So I'm like, what is it about me doing this that bothers you so much? What is it? You know, I'm not looking to gain acceptance from everyone who's Jewish, or everyone who isn't Jewish. Like, I care to be accepted from my mother and my father. That's pretty much it. Those are the people that matter to me the most in this process. And for people who are coming out and just saying such ignorant comments to me, I'm like, I'm seeing how it's time for me to just build a better backbone, and to just not brush it off, but to take what they say with a little grain of salt, because it's very difficult to like explain. Like, I know that I'm making videos and I'm talking about things that I'm doing, and it's still difficult to explain why I'm converting, or you know, why am I choosing to do this? Because no matter what I say, the response will not be good enough for that person. And I'm realizing that too. People want to know why I'm converting, and I could give you every reason under the sun. I want to be closer to Hashem. I want to raise my family Jewish. I love the Jewish culture. I love this. Like, no matter what I say, people, it just won't be good enough for them. But that's also the joy in all this, is because it doesn't have to be good enough for them. It has to be good enough for me and for the main people in my life who will be affected by this. But I'm like, what I'm learning about Judaism, it's so beautiful. It just is about family, mainly. And just being a kind person and loving. And how could people just hate this so much? I think it's because they do it the best. I haven't come across, I'm not going to say I haven't, but very few people have been mean to me in real life. Most people who, especially people I've met at the synagogue, people in my real life, people I work with, most of them have been so supportive. And you are gonna get that bad egg. It's just life. You're gonna get somebody who's a bit skeptical about some of the decisions you're making. And I think it also has to do with control. I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of somebody saying they're scared of my skirt. Well, I'm not gonna let that faze me, because I'm working way too hard in this, and I'm giving everything my all. The more I read, the more I study, the more I become familiar with the Jewish culture. It's helping me build some type of force field against all of these negative comments. And I don't know, I'm just learning to just brush it off and let it go. Learning to let it go. I never thought that this process would be so much of a roller coaster of emotions. You know, like you watch these conversion stories on YouTube, and you're just like, wow, it's such a beautiful thing. Like, you know, wow, you just dipped yourself in the mikveh, you know, and you see this stuff, and it just makes you think that the process, great, like it's so much fun, you're learning so much. That is true, but there's a side of this conversion that a lot of people aren't seeing. You're not only dealing with the battles of other people criticizing you, other people telling you what you should do with your life, and other people blatantly not liking it, you know? And then you have to deal with the emotions you're battling within yourself. I'm for the long time, like, I think up until just recently, I was battling between like who I'm becoming and who I used to be. You know, because old me would have just been like, oh my God, she's scared of my skirt. Maybe I should just, I thought about it. I was just like, maybe I should just wear like pants around her. And then I stopped, and I was just like, why would I cater to this person's feelings? Why? What do I accomplish by doing that? She's not I'm not converting for her. I'm not converting for that person or that person. I'm converting for me. And you know, it's just plain to see, like, you guys don't know this, but so many people are involved in my conversion without actually being involved in it. Because I work at a spa and they've known me before, because I have friends who've known me since I was, you know, 6. And then there's my family who's been my family forever, you know, like, all of these people are really seeing the changes. I have another skirt story. It's the skirt. Maybe I should get rid of the skirt. I went home, and one of my sisters, she, I didn't tell that sister yet. Almost all of my sisters know. And I'm waiting to tell her specifically because she's more of the, she's very involved in church, and I have a big family. I'm taking it one step at a time. But I came home to see my parents, And she was just like, "You're wearing a skirt?" And I was just like, I guess I am. I didn't even realize, because I wear my skirt all the time, and I came straight from work. So I'm like, yeah, I am. You don't like it? And she was just like, you know, and I'm just like, do you like it or not? I don't know. And I'm just, and then my other sister who does know, she was just like, so you're gonna wear skirts all the time? Like, you know, and I'm just like, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? It's just a skirt. It's a piece of clothing I wear. You know, I like to wear skirts. Why is this minor change, you know, is having such a ripple effect to people in my life? And we haven't even touched the bigger things yet. It's just getting me prepared for when the grand big things come during this journey. If they're reacting this way for a piece of clothing, you know, how are they going to react when I don't want to do some of the holidays, when I can't do some of the holidays? In our family chat, I've never been a fan of Christmas. Like, actually, I'm not going to say never. Like, obviously, when I was a child, I loved Christmas. I loved it. Now, as an adult, it's the biggest pain because my family managed to make it a spending free for all competition. And you guys know already, I don't like to spend too much money. So I'm like, every year I tell myself this is going to be the last Christmas. I don't want to do it. But this year I'm really putting my foot down. I'm like, listen, I'm not doing Christmas this year, and you guys have to accept it. A few of my siblings were just like, you know what? I don't like, when are we going to end this gift giving thing? That's not, it's not actually what Christmas is about, but we've managed to turn it into a secular thing. But I was very proud of myself for saying, listen, I can't do Christmas this year. Not even because of Jewish, it's because I don't want to do it. And I'm noticing this ties into what I was saying earlier. Like, I have to learn to build up my confidence, build up my self-esteem, and start, you know, having a better backbone for things that I want to do and don't want to do. Because there's a lot of people trying to sit and control things that you do without you even looking. And if you don't notice it, and if you don't see it ahead of time and nip it, they're going to succeed in dictating your life. So I made a promise to myself, listen, I'm gonna do what needs to be done for my life, and you don't have to like it, you don't have to approve of it, but you will respect what I am doing. And that's that. You have to respect my choice and leave it alone. I'm choosing to wear a skirt. I'm choosing to convert to Judaism, and I'm choosing to never celebrate Christmas ever again. You know, and these are changes in my life that people are just gonna have to make adjustments for. And I don't know. People are going to give me pushback about it, and I'm willing to take my time and give people time to adjust. And I just need to learn to just take control of what I can control. I can't control people's reactions, but I can control how I react and how I respond to people. if you have a problem with me converting or wearing skirts or anything like that, then I'm sorry you feel that way, but I can't control what you feel. This is my life. You're either on board with for me to do or you're not. So that's my like rant, basically. The troubles of the skirt. My mother grew up wearing skirts, and I've I don't know, maybe seen my mom wear sweatpants, but it was under a skirt. And people just learn to just accept my mother. And I think my time will come where people will just learn to accept me for who I am and just respect my choices. I believe that will happen, and it is definitely going to take some time. It's going to take a lot of time. So stay strong in your conversion, because it's helping me stay strong. And I'll see you guys at the end when it's all said and done. What I am learning is that not everybody is going to be welcoming and accepting, which is fine, because I'm not a fluffy, person. I'm not a fluffy personality. Like, bubbly is definitely not me. So I understand how people can be a bit closed off sometimes and a bit skeptical of me. And what I've learned is people need time to adjust. People need time to accept things. And I think as time goes on, this process will get easier. So subscribe to my Patreon, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Shalom.